Hello everyone and welcome back to New Waterbury. This is episode 1 of my new series. So, for today, we're going to be building a Walmart for our new shopping area. And we'll be starting on an industry area. That's what you can see me doing now. I'm just working out the roads and how I'm going to plan this. Now, this city, I was trying to do a really detailed city because most of my cities, they're in the beginning they're detailed, but then I just get carried away and they don't get detailed. So what I'm doing here is I'm spending as most time as I can just making it look the best that it can. So what I'm doing here is I'm just setting the speed limits on the road so all of the roads are automatically to what I want them to, which is kind of perfect because now I can talk to you. Oh, never mind. So this main road, County Road 1, I want it to be a 70 because there's going to be trucks coming out of this area I'm building. So, first of all, here, I'm going to be doing the New Waterbury Lumber Company. I thought this area would be nice for like an industry / shopping kind of area. Maybe some houses, but for now, just this. So, I'm working on like the road layout and how I'm going to do this, and I really want like specific areas. So at the top, it's all of the workplaces, like where people actually do the work and they plant the trees. Then in one spot, I'll have where the main building is, the main building is, where the workers building is, and where the maintenance buildings are. And then I'll have one area where all of the warehouses and factories are. I'm doing this because trucks go right to that spot. Because if I have one tree farm, like a plantation on, say, the South Road, and then they have to drive all the way to the maintenance building, and then they have to go all the way back to the factory, it's not going to work. But if I have it all in organized spots, they can just drive right to where they want to go. Now I'm just planning out what I want to do, and I don't see a lot of people do this, but I love naming my roads because it makes it feel more like mine. And I love that. I thought this part here looks pretty cool, how I put the lines in the middle. So, I'm not finished with this part, but I didn't finish the part that I'm doing. This is just a start to get something over on that side. Just an idea so what I can do. What I'm mostly focusing on for this, maybe the next few episodes, is where I want my shopping area. Like most towns, they don't just have stores everywhere like normal city skylines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have actual shopping areas. Like you go to an area, you turn down a street, look, there's the McDonald's, there's a Walmart, and there's your Burger King. Like, it's all there for you. And there'll be, depending on the size of a city, there'll be more of them. So this is just the first shopping area. So what I want here is there's going to be more people, like residential people, like actual people of my city, going to get food or going shopping. So I wanted this road to be a bit more beefier, like a bit more bigger, bit more juicier. That was weird. And I wanted it to be realistic. So I was instead of just putting down a McDonald's on the middle of the road, I wanted to have how it would be like a drive-through. Now this road doesn't look much like a drive-through kind of road. So I was trying to find the road to upgrade it, which looks, in my opinion, much better than what I had there. And I'm trying to upgrade the intersection here so it's bigger when you get to the intersection because there's going to be lots of people coming in and out. This mod here is the node controller mod. I would strongly recommend this if you want a detailed city because what you can do with that is you can widen intersections, you can get rid of crosswalks, so you can use the marking one, the ones where you can create lines to actually make proper crosswalks like the ones you want. You'll see me doing this a lot. See how, well, I like putting lines in the road so it actually looks realistic. So you can use this fill part of this mod where you fill it in with concrete. Now that is a big help because it looks so much better than having just a big gap where the concrete would be if you were in normal. See, those are custom crosswalks. They come with the mod, and they, in my opinion, there's a bunch of options. In my opinion, they look better than the crosswalks that come in vanilla. And everyone's complaining about water, so I might have to fix that. Obviously, that power and water is just temporary, so they stop complaining. I will be adding a big massive area for like water and electricity, like an actual power plant kind of thing, which I think would look very nice instead of just having a windmill and a water tower. So you can't see it, but on my other screen I actually have a picture of a McDonald's, like on Google Maps, for inspiration. Now, I was looking at the McDonald's, and it actually had, right off the road, like the main road, there was a sign. And it was like, oh, McDonald's, so you would see that. So I wanted to do that. And also, there was lots of detail, surprisingly. Even though it was just a McDonald's, they had flower beds, and they had a bunch of rocks. So I wanted to do that too. And in my town, where like the McDonald's and the Dairy Queen is, there's an area next to it that's a bit like floodplains, but there's still nice trees and flowers there, which I thought would be very nice to do. So that's what I'm doing here. It's not quite swamp, but it's still very nice. So here in the future, I will most definitely put a traffic light because a stop sign will not do. That's just temporary. So what you really want to do is, if you really want it to look nice, in my opinion, fill in all the empty space. Don't just make it look bad by leaving it empty. And yeah, in my opinion, I think it looks much better if you fill it in with something. Now, if you do what I'm doing here, where I put a bunch of trees and flowers and all that, you should put a fence. Because most places, not all, but most places, have fences around their garden, so if people drive into it, they're not going to ruin their garden, because that's the most important if someone gets in a car crash. The garden. Yeah, so I was just putting fences around, like this metal fence around the main parts. The only part I didn't put a fence around is that one rock patch there, because I thought that rock patch without a fence looked very nice. This cluster bush mod is very nice for just putting at the bottom of some trees if you don't know what to do with the bottom. And yeah, there's the McDonald's. I'm still gonna do some more to it, but that's the main idea. So there is the drive-through that goes all the way around. It goes in the back. Now, I stopped for a second to look at Google Maps, and they had benches outside. So I put some benches. Now, this is me trying to figure out what kind of sign I'm gonna put there. So these signs are just there to pretend, like, it's gonna say McDonald's on it. I just didn't put the McDonald's sign down. I might do that in the future. So that's all we have for this episode. I hope you liked this episode. Please consider subscribing. And there's my McDonald's. Why wouldn't you subscribe? I literally put a McDonald's. Okay, goodbye everyone.